Hello and welcome to ThinkBox Radio Show. Today is October 17th, 2016, and this is episode 4. And first off, I want to start it off today by just letting you guys know that today Clay isn't going to be on the air today. He just got his wisdom teeth taken out and he lost all his wisdom. Nah. He is sore and everything, so yeah, he's not going to be on this week's episode, but yeah, catch him again next week. Alright, so on to the first topic, which is Guitar Hero. Woohoo! For those of you who were obsessed with the third Guitar Hero, I think that was like maybe around 2008, 2009 when it came out. I think it was PlayStation 2. I don't even think they had it on PlayStation 3. But yeah, Guitar Hero 3. Or no, Guitar Hero World Tour. That was the last Guitar Hero. But they just came out with a new Guitar Hero. It's not really new. It's been out for a year now. But Guitar Hero Live. Yeah, so it's freaking amazing for all you guys who are diehard Guitar Hero fans. You need to get this game. This game is absolutely amazing. So yeah, let's start out with the controller. As you know, classic Guitar Hero, because it's Guitar Hero, the controller is shaped like a guitar. So with this controller, the guitar, you have your normal guitar shape and the same strummer from the past couple games. And the only thing that's different is up at the top, instead of, I think they had 4 buttons in the past, like you had your index finger, your ring finger, your pointer finger, and your pinky. Well, this time they only have 3 buttons on top and 3 on the bottom. So there's 3 for your pointer finger, your middle finger, and your index finger. And it's cool because there's 6 keys, and there's a key on top and a key on bottom. So it's 2 by 3, and you have to learn to play the notes. And sometimes there's 1 key at the bottom you have to hit and 1 key on the top you have to hit. It's way cool. It's so cool. Yeah, it's great. It takes a while to get used to it, but man, it's freaking cool. And oh, let me tell you about the gameplay. It's so cool. It has every song you can think of basically, and they add new songs all the time. It's Guitar Hero Live, and it's basically like you're playing on a music video TV channel. It's really cool. You can play on the TV mode. They have live mode and then TV mode. And TV mode, you can set up a playlist of select songs that you choose from, and I think they have probably over 100 songs. Like, it's crazy. It's really cool. And they have like every genre, but yeah, with the TV mode, there's 2 channels you can choose from without like doing your own playlist. Of course, you can do that, but you have to earn the plays, so you can build up your own playlist. But with the 2 channels, there's 2 channels you can choose from, and every half hour they change or so. So like one station will be like indie rock, the other one will be hardcore death metal, woo! Or or you'll have country and you'll have pop, and yeah, every half hour it changes, and you get like 4 or 5 songs in the mix, and it's different, and you get a little break in between songs, but it's really cool. It's a must play for like 2 people. If you're by yourself, it's really fun, but like Guitar Hero is always like a party game when you have a lot of people around, so don't play it by yourself. Play with a friend, play with a group of people. If you have to, play by yourself, but it's way more fun when you play with a party or a group or 2 people and you trade off. And it's Guitar Hero, guys, so you got to turn the music up as loud as you can. Pretend you're playing a concert. Get up and go to ham and just have a good time with Guitar Hero. Like, woohoo! Go crazy about it. It's Guitar Hero. Have fun. And then, of course, they have the story mode, and the story mode is cool. They actually, for every song and venue, because in the old game you'd play at like different venues, and it was all like computer graphics and like CGI and animation and like all that. But this year, this game, it uses a real crowd, and it's really funny because like if you're playing good, the crowd is going like crazy and cheering for you, like woohoo, yeah, they're doing awesome. And if you start to like miss a whole bunch of notes, the crowd like starts to boo you and like throw like soda and stuff at you. So you get like, oh man, you kind of get like a feel for what it would be like a little bit to play a real show. It's pretty funny. Yeah, so there's that, and just like the old one, you have to pass the songs with a certain percentage and get the stars, and then you move on to the next venue. And I haven't really played a lot of the story mode, but that's basically what I've like seen so far. Maybe there's some other twists and turns on the story mode, but it's basically you're playing a live tour, and yeah, you got to play as best as you can, make sure the crowd is happy and everything. So yeah, there's Guitar Hero Live. Woo! You should go get it. Get it for your PS4, Xbox One, whatever. Just get it. It's pretty cool. And that brings us to the next topic, slacklining. Woo! Yeah, so I actually got an opportunity, I think it was on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, 2 days ago. So it was October 15th. I went out with a group of friends, some buddies. Jake Love, you'll probably hear him on like one, and my friend Carson Farr, you might hear them on another episode. But we went up to a park and got a slack line and hooked it between trees, and I think we had like a 20-foot long slack line. We could have gone longer, but it was our first time, so we started out with that, probably about like a foot or two above the ground, and it's a blast. For those of you who don't know what slacklining is, it's basically tight roping, and it's hilarious because you could totally use a tie down ratchet strap for like that people use for hauling stuff. That's basically what it is, but the slack line is probably about 4 inches wide, and then like this one was probably around like maybe 75 to 80 feet long, and you control like of course how long it is depending on the tree that you're hooked up to. And yeah, so we decided to go to a group of trees where it was probably around 20 feet across. And yeah, it was hilarious. The first time we stepped on it, like you have no idea what you're going to expect because like it was my first time doing it. And the first time you do it, you're like, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be so easy. Because I'm sure when you're like little, or when you're bored, you've done this. Like you go up to the sidewalk curving, like in between the sidewalk and the road, and you're like, woohoo! I'm like tight roping. And you pretend you're tight roping. Slacklining is nothing like that. You get on, and you're just so wobbly at first because you're not used to like that kind of balance, and like there's no resistance, so you have to balance on a rope, a little like slack line that's 4 inches wide, and you have to walk like using your body to balance across like 20 feet. And yeah, we played music and everything, and we just had a blast. It was so cool. It's amazing like how fun you can have with a group of people. There's 3 of us, and I think we did it for an hour and a half. I had to bail early, but Jake and Carson, they stayed for like 2.5 hours, I think. And yeah, it's funny, man. It's really cool. And for those of you who love exercise, it's a great exercise because like you have to balance, and when you balance on a little piece of I would call it similar to a tie down, but Google slack lines, you'll see what they're about. And yeah, you have to balance on that while you're walking. It takes a lot of leg strength. Like I said, the first time you step on it, your legs are going to be like, whoa, wobble, wobble, wobble. It's going to look like jello. And yeah, it takes a minute to get used to balancing. But after probably about like 5 or 10 tries, like you'll be able to at least stand on the slack line for a moment or two without like swaying to side or side. But yeah, there's that, and it's really cool. After enough time, you'll get the hang of it, where you can walk across it no problem. I almost got there. I guess once I left, Carson and Jake, they were able to do the whole thing like with their eyes closed practically. And yeah, they got like 180s down where you like hop up in the air and land back on the little 4-inch wide slack line and keep on going and everything. And yeah, it's a blast. You should look it up. There's actually a really cool mountain bike video about this guy. I think it's a Red Bull video. He mountain bikes and everything, and he gets to a point where he's up like on a cliffside, and he's he's on a cliff on a mountain bike. Get this, a mountain bike, and he goes across a slack line that's wedged between like it's basically like I think it's a 20 to 15 foot cliff. And this guy's not walking a slack line. He's freaking mountain biking it. Like, you got to see it. I think it's called Balance, like Red Bull Balance. YouTube it, Google it. It's crazy because you see him do some really cool mountain biking and stuff, and he's a really good mountain biker. Then all of a sudden you see him go to this like cliffside, and there's I think this one's only like 2 or 3 inches. It's a little shorter than the, like in width than the slackline that we were using, but he goes across a 20-foot gap. And keep in mind, there's like a 200-foot like cliff that he's going through, and it's like a 200-foot drop under him. And of course, he's like harnessed and everything, but it's just like a little shackle that slides along on the slack line, and it's connected to him and his bike. And it's hilarious because he's like riding his bike across the slack line, and he makes it. It's crazy. You think he's gonna fall, but he gets it, and it's like, woohoo! My heart was pounding for you, buddy. But yeah, slacklines, you should check them out. They're a blast. And then that's enough with that. But since we were talking about mountain bikes, for you people who are interested in the mountain bike area, Red Bull Rampage just happened. I think it was like last week in Virgin, Utah. And for those of you who don't know what Red Bull Rampage is, it's basically a freestyle mountain bike course for points, but downhill. But this is crazy. They climb cliffs, and very loose cliffs of like dirt and rocks, and they climb up like raw mountains with no like mountain bike course or anything, and they transform the cliff sides and the mountain with very loose dirt and like rocky cliffs, and they're riding down ridges of a mountain, like mountaintops, where it's only like there's only like sometimes there's only like an 8-inch line that they have to balance on, and it's like a cliffside. On both sides you have like 300-foot drops, and these guys are crazy. They go down to Virgin, Utah every year, and they ride and they build jumps off of mountains, and they gap over canyons and stuff, and they do tail whips, and it's crazy, and backflips, and it's just a really cool thing. You should check it out. It's Red Bull Rampage. It's another great mountain bike theme. So if you're into mountain biking, you need to check it out. It's absolutely a great pump up. So yeah, now I'll give you the results of that, and it's crazy. Keep in mind, these guys are like the top mountain bikers in the world. These guys are jumping like 30-foot drops, and they just go crazy. If you want a pump up or you want some entertainment, just go check out Red Bull Rampage 2016. So here are the results. In first place, we had Brendan Semenuk, and I'm probably butchering his last name, but yeah, he's a really cool rider. Semenuk, it's Semenuk. Brandon Semenuk, and then the second one was Antoine Bazette, and third you had Carson Storch, and Carson Storch was crazy. He actually set the best trick that day, and he got kicked out. Well, he didn't get kicked out. He took himself out off of a drop, and I think he broke his collarbone, fractured his shoulder, and this is what he did. So get this. I'm talking about they're going down mountainsides with huge cliff drops and everything and steep ridges, and the soil is super loose and everything. Well, towards the end, they have a drop-off point where it's like a 35-foot cliff drop that you drop off of, and you have to get enough speed to clear the like maybe 15-foot gap to the landing pad, and it's a landing slope pad. And so Carson Storch won the best trick award, and he did a 360 drop off of the 35-foot cliff. And yeah, I think he landed it once, but then when he went for it again on his second like run down, he collapsed and he shattered his collarbone and dislocated his shoulder. Now he's okay. They said, and he's in the hospital down in Virgin, Utah, and he's getting taken care of. He's probably getting life flighted or something back up here to Salt Lake City to get better medical treatment. But yeah, that's the danger of these sports. They're fun, they're crazy, but yeah, enjoy them. And if you want to start mountain biking, don't start by going to Virgin, Utah and trying the Red Bull Rampage. But yeah, have fun with your sport, and just remember, if you're a mountain biker, be safe, always wear a helmet, and don't do something out of your comfort zone. But that's that with Red Bull Rampage. And while we're in the spirit of mountain biking, winter is coming for all you guys who live in Utah and the United States for that matter. So this is probably the last call for all you mountain bikers, like at least here in northern Utah, because I'm thinking you guys have about like a month and a half. I know I have like a month and a half till the first snow comes, or till the soil's too soft that mountain biking will just destroy the trail. So for everybody in like northern Utah area, if you want to go mountain biking, get it in as soon as possible, because winter is coming and the soil, it's just going to be crummy and you'll ruin the trail. So when there's wet soil and stuff, don't go mountain biking, you ruin the trail. If you do want to do your mountain biking and you live in Utah, head down to Moab and Zion, Virgin, Utah. Just take it easy, and yeah, it's usually pretty dry year round down there. So if you do want to make a mountain bike trip, go down. It's cool temperatures in the winter down there, probably in the 70s and 80s around winter. It gets really hot there in the summer, so the winter's usually a nice time to go down there. But yep, get your mountain biking in, folks. And the next subject we have is drift trike. So drift trike, for all you tricycle lovers out there, it's basically a big kid tricycle with huge tires on the back. And well, they're not huge, they're pretty small enough to fit. I think mine has like a 10-inch wide PVC pipe around the back tires, and so it's about like a 10-inch tire in the back. And the way it works is you get a tricycle, a big kid tricycle, or you make a tricycle. That's what we did. We'll go into more detail on that later, but you get a tricycle and you put PVC pipe on the back wheels, make sure your handbrake works, and you use the foot pegs as your, or if you even have a normal tricycle, they have pedals up on the front wheel. And yeah, you just go and you go down a hill, and you lean and shift your weight when you go into a corner or when you turn your handlebars. And with the PVC pipe on that rough road, it's just gonna slide, baby. And oh my goodness, it's a good time. Yeah, drift triking is a blast, and you guys should definitely check it out. It's a little cheaper to make one than it is to buy one. I know if you really want a really good drift trike, Flat Out Drift Trikes, they offer like a really good drift trike. And what I did, and Brandon, the mysterious Brandon you always hear about, maybe one day you'll hear about him and hear him on the air. Who knows? But yeah, drift trikes. Brandon and I, we decided to make drift trikes, and it's kind of complicated to explain on the air, but I'll do it. It'll be better if you watch some videos, and we'll probably have some drift trike videos up on the Thinkbox Radio Show YouTube channel. We already have like wakeboarding videos and skateboarding videos. You'll probably see some drift trike videos. But back to how we made the drift trikes. So we went to the DI, or we went to a thrift store, and we found not little kid, not tricycles, bicycles. And we got like little kid bicycles, and we took like a grinder bit to them, a stone grinder bit. You can don't get a stone grinder bit. I did that once, and it's really hard. Make sure you get a metal grinder bit. The stone one takes forever to cut through the metal, and it's a waste of time. Make sure you get the metal grinder bit. And the way it works is you mark up the shape of the tricycle, and you take the the peg, you take like where you would connect your tire to your bike, the forks, I guess, and you just cut the bike to shreds and everything. It's really hard to explain. You'll have to watch it. You could probably Google make your own drift trike or whatever, and yeah, we basically cut up the whole bike, take the pieces we have and hammer them and nail them. You probably should use a welder, but we were like, hey, we don't have a welder. We'll use like screws and nails and everything and brackets. And so we just assembled a drift trike out of a little kid bike, and we went to the hardware store and we got like a long threaded axle, and just make sure the size matches up, and you get like wing nuts to tighten everything up. But yeah, that's what we did, and they're so fun. You can go like 15 to 20 miles per hour down a hill and just get some crazy slides out, and you can do 360 slides. Those are really fun. And yeah, enough with drift triking. You guys are probably bored about that. But for those who love drift triking, there you go. So on to our next topic. And our next topic is the 28-day plank challenge. This is a cool kind of get in shape, get your core all worked up and nice and fit challenge. And my sister Abby, she actually shared this on Facebook, and that's how I found out about it. And good old Facebook, right? So the 28-day plank challenge, that's basically you start out doing 20-second planks, and you work your way all the way up to 4 to 5 minute planks in 28 days. And the way they do this is like the first 2 days you start out 20 seconds, and then every day they add on 10 seconds until you get to the 10 seconds, and sometimes it goes up, obviously, so you can get to I think it goes up to 4 to 5 minute planks if you keep on doing it after a couple months and stuff. But the whole idea is to get those abs, get fit, get everything all situated and good, and it only takes 28 days. And they say it's really good for helping you improve your posture. And when you improve your posture, they say that your mood improves, everything improves. And also, when you're planking, it's a good way to lose weight, a little bit of weight. And that's obviously going to vary on anybody who does that. So yeah, it's a 28-day plank challenge. We could probably put up a link to it in the description if you guys wanted to have that, or just send us a message at thinkclothingco at gmail, thinkclothingco.ceo@gmail.com, and we'll just send you the link to that. And it's really cool. It's just a 28-day plank challenge to get you in fit shape and maybe help you lose a few extra pounds. But yeah, it's pretty cool.